I feel the probing gaze of I am he who brought the dragon low, despite the magnitude of my feat. I lusted of the being by whose many honors to the purpose with which yet I did find one thing. I despaired at this discovery. Twas all of. Do you understand, newest of this is why I sought, alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beast indeed. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign. Yes, I can. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter falter not, and fading.
I see you have returned. The Mad Sovereign has called. If you would save the people of this world, for this place may chance to escape.
I imagine he was not.
Since times of El, remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell.
No purchases to be made today, I...
Since time... Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell.
We too, as we walked, are one in despair and one for fear. Yet, you hold fast to your strength.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. The end of the world, though. I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. You would have, ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in... If there is safe harbor to be found, but I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their... Methinks your Majesty would do better after the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered. If the people will heed any...
Maintaining order in Vermund must be quite a burden upon the young Regent Kin. Let us aid him however we may.
'Tis easily done. Materials such as this can be combined.
We shall await you here, Master.
Not to work if I'm to put bread on the table. Such quietude is a blessing.
All that remains is for you to fulfill.
Naught compares to real power.
So you've come. Captain Brandt has already apprised me. Truth be told, I had reached so long as we cow within. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have the only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has said I have tried to make her see reason. However, if I cannot convince her. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to. We will require might I prevail upon you to petition. You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chain between you and me.
Have you come to claim that I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips? For I have no regret. So do as you will. What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards! Help me!
You have brought Mother to me.
Sven.
You may leave us. Not what to make of this.
What's to be done about it?
Captain will have my head if I skip another patrol. Well, it's when does my warrior die?
Never
life.
Be gone with you, ruffian! And if you think I'll surrender, I require the use of all of... What are you doing? Put that away! No! Spare me! I fear for my life.
Well, as a matter of fact, it didn't sit right, see? Having my wares. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gun. And if that craven comes crawling...
Minister Allard has fled, and good riddance. I doubt there ever was a more cravenly character in all Vermund.
Right you are.
Pull myself together.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
Ah, you've returned. How you do? That puts paid to the last of...
Such quietude is a blessing. Prayers are wasted time. They wish they were mine. Such quietude is a blessing.
This is not my intent.
But a long day of work.
I fear for the armor. There is far more at stake here. The very... What can be done?
You think we need to evacuate? I should gladly follow you. Nonetheless, we can but try.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guide that we might speak with him.
You have my support.
My duty, the Arbor Heart. She is nature's very heart. We have always lived in, yet, day by day, a special kind. Called once, a dwarf wandered into the arbor, and now, do you know of this substance? If you find any.
You can always depend upon me to translate for you, Master.
In your tongue, it is called scale cinder?
Now, scale cinder is a byproduct of the Batali smithing style.
If you see him on your journey...
Salma Arenfan. Alekamo Nandaki. Aitane Finland.
Findelnar.
Kasinke telpi nun findaler. Nun mor arta. Karilm ilmen arkael.
Mornambue roth ruorne kemen malantar ingadur.
Kemenindur kanyan. Eteler leafer mor.
I am afraid my father has closed. If only the Arbor Heart were restored to health.
So, Grafentia is the Elvish word for scale cinder. I suppose we ought to pay a visit to a Batali blacksmith next.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
More must be urged to evacuate.
Let us begin with the place most likely to be marked for destruction.
Work's work.
Wow, wow. Look, what brings you to the smithy? Looking for... Oh, 'tis at an elf's behest, you say. Elves and dwarves don't get along, see? Unless you were to offer him... Listen, I happen to know there's all elven fares bland as grass. Of course, no dwarf would... but the fact of the matter is... them...
I'll not spur...
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Have you found Gwefentia? A dwarven blacksmith? But elves and dwarves do not see. You believe he will if I Nutriarb? Are you certain? Nutriarb is a pungent, but I shall prepare it. Would you be willing to gather? You won't have to go far to find. I thank you. Bring them to me, and I will prepare.
Rotten fish and apples. My stomach lurches at the very thought. But I suppose we ought to procure them all the same.
I knew it to be so.
Now, what might that be?
Elelot osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair avehum? Sinde fil arenka. Alane alvekil kasinke.
Ross.
Lucky us. That's worth taking.
Salma Arin. Alecano Nandarin.
Indemund Fionaro.
Lungtena pellit. Lungtena pellit, telu.
I am afraid if only the Arbor Heart were...
We need not words to show our intentions. The elves may come to trust us if we prove ourselves indeed.
The elves are a people worth befriending, if we can but find a way to soften their hearts.
I tane filmen.
Do you have the ingredients? Oh, I would...
Kirandone halana. Alakanonane. Kirandone halana. Alakanonane.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Halan Osterlingtan. Salma Aren.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Lungtena.
Ayu, Fanamo ne Metali.
Salma Aran.
We herua. Elelote an fear an osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair avehum.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. There's something strange about the way time passes here.
Indeed. What we once held to be true is now changed.
Is there no way to return things to how they were before?
Lungtena peli telume.
Salma Aran. Alecano
Sono Oyo.
Elelote osto silfa malantha alecano.
We must rest.
Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Fionar Alcarwa Firnun Vanalin Huror Soron. Sorne.
The elves have evacuated, leaving their ancestral home behind. But surely they're survivors.
I fear for the Arbor.
And the wind fair no Indilran and Numa.
You've pushed your... I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves.
So, Manella, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for... We shan't weather this calamity. Unless... Ah, so with the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return. I maintain order as best I can. But enough of my woes. You wish us to... After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis like, alas. Should we proceed, unheeding of their... with every soul that there as such, before we take any measures, and should you encounter it, such efforts will doubtless allow the... As for me, my...
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised, methinks.
So keen to talk with me. Listen, I could use your help with something. Thanks, guys.
Haven't you had enough yet? You're the one who started this.
Stop this nonsense, the pair of you.
This is your chance to prove your mettle.
You just wait.
Show what you're made of, cuz.
If it were up to me.
I've had well enough.
I reckon the world would be better.
I never asked.
Please, do you please, eh? Oi, you!
Aye, leave off or...
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us? What's the matter with you?
Well met.
Oi! Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your... You there! Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay in. If that's what you think, why... Aye, clear off. That's quite enough.
Ah! You slander my honor! This is no business of...
Now. If we are to duel, otherwise, who's to say the...
Aye, true enough. Without a witness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this knave? He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit.
It was your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own...
You have my gratitude.
Have at you!
The cloud have already swallowed.
How dare you! It's such humiliation, shan't... Oh, keep back! Do not wish to injure you.
What am I to do?
Well now, else there is no tomorrow.
Things weren't bad enough.
You dare violate the sanctity of our jewel? You plan to roll over and die then?
You'll show them.
Mercy!
Well now, else there is no tomorrow. Help!
That's it. I've had enough.
Just give the order. I ought to thank you.
Aye. Consider...
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper their pride by proving neither your equal?
Huzzah! You done it! I'll not take that from... Oi! Aye, you'd better run. Fine! We're done!
I ne'er stood a Things appear to have quieted down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Sir Manella?
I quite agree.
Ah, the people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time. Pray, return to Empress Nat. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought to be willing to commence the evacuation now.
'Tis easily done.
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
My legs are of lead.
The heavens heed this wish. All our sakes.
Her Majesty has...
Stay your hand, Vera. Come hither. We would... One of our ministers. You have our gratitude for your efforts. Your journey continues, does it not?
Pray, excuse the interruption, Your Majesty.
Indeed.
Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Much to do yet.
Nary a gentle scratch on my arms and
So stiff.
That's enough toil for one day, methinks.
Took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
The Battalion Knights use this place. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine. Father, I dare say. If we must, but I think we're a bit short on hand. In fact, there's a blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. The smith, Gustava, is a man of good... Well, suffice to say, she'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take... I can only hope that she will be... And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that...
I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
That's just what I was thinking.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
Here's hoping I can find myself a
My magics are at your disposal.
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
To avoid open flame.
Well now, whatever... You'd have us evacuate.
Now, I'll hear none of... Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your... After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us...
Oh, very well, my love. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges today. But be mindful. The path seems much trimmer since last.
A resounding success!
Recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
My magics are at your disposal.
When their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Tis no small wonder that Oxguards have ceased operation, given the state of things.
A shame, but the roads have grown ever more perilous of late.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
then 'twas all for naught.
It appears we found...
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation?
Would you find... Let him know that we'll wait here.
Sir, I implore...
How many times must I say it? Now bugger off and leave me...
Ah, good. I'm afraid there's another matter. It concerns the fellow. The man's something of a regular at our hot spring. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly, I must confess. Could I prevent at this point, you think?
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
Fancy meeting you... I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Aye, fine. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
I knew it to be so.
I cannot thank you enough. We shall fare much better on. 'Twill be slow going, mind. Yet, come what may.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
Right you are.
It's
a short straw. Living's hard, but dreams are brave. I believe this is intended as a means of transport. It would be interesting to see where it might take us.
A fine thing, this. It is almost as though it were placed here for our benefit.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to...
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
Ah, a ballista. These have quite a long range.
Let us make use of this during battle. I've no doubt 'twould catch our foes unawares.